So here we are, a new year ahead of us, and if the games we get in 2018 are only half as good as those we got in 2017, it's going to be a bumper crop. Nintendo will be bringing more great titles to the Switch, new and old. Microsoft will be putting marketing and development money behind the Xbox One X to regain at least parity in the console market, and Sony will be dominating with exclusive titles for the PlayStation and the PSVR. Call of Duty has returned to its roots with Call of Duty World War II and will build on that in November 18's release. Battlefield 1 has been outstanding, and Battlefield 2018 is a very exciting prospect with a return to the Cold War, or perhaps they'll go from World War I to World War II. Whatever they choose, we know that DICE will make a great game. The debacle of the loot box pay-to-win progression system in Battlefront 2 means that we'll see a return to linear gameplay character progression mechanics, with the loot boxes being kept for cosmetic items and the occasional XP boost. All of this, of course, doesn't matter one bit. It doesn't matter how great Call of Duty is. It doesn't matter what surprises Battlefield pulls out of the bag. The combined billions of Nintendo, Microsoft and Sony simply will not be able to better the behemoth that is PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, the game that is already 2018's Game of the Year. After the 1.0 PC release in December 17 and the early access release on Xbox, 2018 will see the 1.0 release for Xbox and of course the PlayStation 4, adding millions to the player base and pouring more resources into the developers' pockets. We'll have the addition of the desert map on consoles. The graphics will improve, the frame rate will increase, the crashes will stop, and the experience will get smoother and better. And that experience is why PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds will dominate 2018. In PUBG, because the map is so big and the environment so different, every match you play has a different flavour. Even the core mechanic of drop, loot, hunt and get to the circle are varied enough to never make the game feel stale or boring. You can drop somewhere popular and have Call of Duty style shootouts as you fight your way through the school, or parachute somewhere remote, gear up and then quietly work your way into the circle, avoiding gunfights until you really have to, or any variation on those play styles. Throw in playing with friends or strangers in duos or squads, and you not only have the Battlefield-like infantry engagements where you're fighting house to house or tree to tree or in open fields, but you also have this wonderful social experience where you can spend time shooting the breeze, but then suddenly you're all thrown into combat where everything gets serious. Playing PUBG with friends or strangers elevates it even further than Game of the Year 2018. It's probably Game of the Decade. However, let's take a step backwards, because what makes PUBG so special and why it is already 2018's Game of the Year is that it has all of this, but it is so well balanced. When you're deciding on where to drop, there's no real clear advantage to landing in certain places. It just depends on your playstyle and the tactics you want to use. When looting, just at the point when you're getting frustrated, you'll find this piece of kit or weapon that you were looking for, or something close enough to keep you satisfied. In gunfights, when you lose, it's obvious that you did something wrong, so next time you'll approach similar encounters differently, and when you win you do feel great, but you're always wary of the next encounter. The final great leveler and balancer is the placement of the circle throughout and at the end of the game. A great defensive position turns to crap in a matter of seconds if the circle is against you, forcing you to change plans and tactics. You may be low on ammo and health, but a kind circle can give you enough of an advantage to get you that chicken dinner and the biggest adrenaline rush in gaming. The real magic of PUBG is that you don't even need to play the objective. You don't need to survive until the final circle to enjoy this game. You can play as a hunter, as a sniper, as a medic. You could ride around like a madman, you could be a stuntman on a motorbike, you can play aggressive, you can play defensive, you can go for kills, you can go stealthy, you can use a shotgun or a sniper. Hell, you don't even have to fight at all, just explore the massive map. You'll keep coming back to PUBG, not just because you want to win, the chances of that are pretty low, but you'll keep coming back because it is such a fun game to play, alone or with others, in whatever style you want. PUBG is a shooter, it's an adventure game, it's an RPG, and hell, it's even a walking simulator at a time. But PUBG gives you the highs that you simply don't experience in any other release. And that is why it is already 2018's Game of the Year. PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. Okay, that's enough from me. Please put your questions and what you think down below. Hit like if you enjoyed the video. Press subscribe if you want to see more of the same. Thank you very, very much for watching, and I will see you again soon.